Welcome to Channel 8 News. On today's show, we'll find out how students at Kansas State University pay their respects to those lost from recent terrorist attacks across the world.
We'll also hear student and faculty perspectives of campus issues going on here and across the country.
But before we get to that, let's have a look outside with our weatherwoman, Ashlyn Turner. Ashlyn, how's it looking out there?
It is cloudy with a chance of rain. Stay tuned for the rest of your forecast here on Channel 8 News.
This is Channel 8 News, KKSU LP. For Manhattan and Riley County, from Kansas State University, this is Channel 8 News.
Welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Avery Osen.
And I'm Caitlin Heyer. The KSU Veteran Student Organization hosted a candlelit vigil Monday evening for the victims of all the recent terrorist attacks. About 30 students lit candles and observed a moment of silence for the victims of the November 13th attacks in Paris, which took 129 lives and injured more than 350.
So I thought it was important to make our voice heard. We're college students. We're going to be the leaders of tomorrow, and doing so, we show possibly the world that here in Kansas, however far away we are, we support them and we're here for them. And maybe one family will get solace in the fact that we did this tonight. One family who lost somebody they love will get solace in that, and that's what's important.
Last week, MHK All Day addressed recent racial conflicts at the University of Missouri by speaking with Dr. Pat Bosco, Vice President of Student Life here at K-State. Now we revisit his input and what it means for the Wildcat community.
But before they could go into an executive session to discuss this issue earlier today and step down from his position as president of the University of Missouri system.
Recent events focusing national attention on the University of Missouri created ripple effects reaching our own campus. K-State's Vice President for Student Life, Pat Bosco, believes the situation involving racial tensions at Mizzou provides an opportunity to reflect upon how we address such issues here. Interviewed on the MHK All Day program, he shared his reactions to what happened in our neighboring state.
Glad it wasn't us. That was my initial reaction, but also realizing that everybody can do better, including our university family. So it's not so much about them, it's really about us and our K-State family.
Bosco told the K-State student body during a recent appearance that any racial tensions on this campus would be addressed immediately, but he thinks most students realize that K-State values cultural diversity.
The K-State's a different kind of place, that we respect everyone, and we have a community of principle document that we have on our website that's been there for a number of years. And I wanted to make sure that that we all had a chance to take a breath and to celebrate diversity and understand that we're all members of a great K-State family, and we want to get better. And in that way, we learn from one another, learn to respect one another, and I think that'll make us a better university family.
The full interview with K-State's Dean of Students may be found on the MHK All Day Facebook page. For Channel 8 News, I'm Michaela Gentine.
Thanks for that update, Michaela. Players of the Missouri football team plan to boycott their game on Saturday if Wolf did not step down from office. They ended up playing and winning their game against Brigham Young University on Saturday, 20-16.
Student unity and safety is always a concern for campus leadership. Right now, students at K-State have the opportunity to make their voices heard on new regulations regarding guns on campus.
Channel 8 reporter Jay Woofter has the story.
K-State students have an opportunity to make their voices heard on a controversial new law that affects all of campus. Starting in 2017, it will be legal to bring a gun on campus. Students are encouraged to take a survey to voice their opinions on gun safety. Vice President of the Wildcat Gun Rights Club, Charles Moore, would like to encourage students to take the survey.
I want them to take it for or against, because it gives our organization a good feel of how this campus reacts to it, so we can change what we do to inform people and get them into it. Like, if it's a very pro-gun campus, we're kind of like, okay, we really don't need to do much informational. It's more like getting the people to come out and actually see it and feel it. But if they're against it, we're trying to get them more information about it. Like, we need to push information more other than show and tell.
Charles's organization will use the university's survey results to help inform students about proper gun ownership and gun rights.
We're here to promote and preserve all the things about the Second Amendment, things of informing others, letting them know that it's not all what it's made out to be, let them get a feeling of it for themselves instead of reading about it. Give them a chance to actually go to the range, go to actually learn gun safety, learn it the right way, other than what their friends are telling them about it, and actually just get a feel and show them that there are good gun owners out there.
For students without an opinion, the Wildcat Rights Gun Club urges you to remain neutral or to educate yourself and make an informed decision.
If you don't have a stance on guns, don't force yourself to make one. Like, if you feel like you don't care about it, don't jump in and jump on one side or the other. You can be neutral, but if you are, be informed of which side you're picking on.
If you're a student and would like your voice to be heard regarding the new gun laws, be sure to check your email for the link to the campus-wide gun survey. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact Dr. Gary Brinker at docking@fhsu.edu.
From safety needs to resource needs, the High Plains Aquifer stretches out across 8 states from South Dakota to Texas. The aquifer provides close to 30% of the irrigated water needed for agriculture production in the United States. New research from Kansas State University has found that the peak water depletion for this source has already occurred in 2006. This means that the capacity to pump and use the most amount of water from one of our most important water resources has already occurred. Dave Stewart, professor of civil engineering at K-State, explains what this means for the future.
As we project out what happens over the future or into the future, it basically, the amount of depletion that we have, the amount of water that comes out of the aquifer by having the water table go lower, will decrease by about half over the course of the next 100 years.
Stewart also said that now is the time for people to start making changes. He hopes this study will open up the discussion to do so.
Coming up after the break, we'll find out what you can do to prepare your home for the upcoming holidays.
And Caitlin will also have a visit from the Riley County Police Department to tell us why things have been getting a little hairy this month. We'll be right back.
It was a routine grain elevator inspection until the explosions began. Until a blast tossed him more than 300 feet. Then it became the event that changed Kevin Saunders forever. The body of this K-State alum was broken, but his spirit, well, that spirit not only survived, it thrived. Against all odds, Saunders transformed himself into the world's greatest wheelchair athlete, one of America's premier motivational speakers, and the first Paralympian appointed to the President's Council on Physical Fitness, Sport, and Nutrition. Where there's a Wildcat, there's a way. Wired magazine calls him the explainer. His students call him that Associate Anthropology Professor Michael Wesch is transforming higher education. Translated to more than 20 languages and counting, Professor Wesch's teachings still share one common voice: passion. And whether you're learning live or online, that passion is contagious. And that passion is one of the state and U.S. public research universities in producing U.S. Case Carnegie Professors of the Year. Where there's a Wildcat, there's a way.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. With the holidays right around the corner and many people being out of town, it can be the perfect recipe for break-ins. I went out to learn how you can keep your home safe this holiday season. Lock doors and lights on. With the holidays approaching, police are reminding students and members of the community of ways to keep their properties safe.
Certainly, we want communication. Communicate with your roommates on when you're leaving and who's locking the apartment or the resident halls, making sure that it's clear on whose responsibility is and who's leaving last during the holiday season.
Manhattan resident Marissa Stubbs feels prepared for the upcoming holiday season.
Well, fortunately, I have never had an encounter with someone breaking into my house, but with being gone over Thanksgiving break, I would just make sure that the doors are locked, the blinds are shut, and the windows are locked as well. Speak to my neighbors. I know they do actually live here in Manhattan, and so speaking with them and having them bring our mail over or just keeping it in their house while we're gone, and then we can chat with them like when they get back.
Stubbs also recommends touching base with landlords regarding their policies.
Another thing you can do is speak to your landlords and find out what policies that they have when it comes to being gone for extended periods of time, and maybe they'll stop by and check on the property every now and again, or even do maintenance work while you're gone.
Stubbings says returning is just as important as leaving.
I think one thing, and that's for coming back from the holidays, is we don't want to advertise what you just got for Christmas. Leaving boxes of your new PlayStation, your Xbox, televisions, laptops, things like that. Just advertise what's in the house.
Those are very insightful tips, Caitlin. Thanks for that. I'll make sure all of my Black Friday purchases are tucked away in a safe place and boxes are thrown away properly.
Great idea, Avery. Speaking of holiday gifts, this month the Riley County Police Department is helping out kids in Manhattan by growing out their facial hair. Channel 8's Michaela Gentine is in the studio with Detective Brian Johnson to tell us more. Michaela?
Thank you, Caitlin. This is Detective Brian Johnson. He's also the president of the Fraternal Order of Police here in Riley County. Can you tell me about the Fraternal Order of Police and what you guys do?
Quite simply, the Fraternal Order of Police is the police union. And in addition to being involved in typical personnel matters and contract negotiations, we also do quite a bit to try to help support our community.
Okay, and by supporting your community, I see you've got quite a beard going on. You know, it's closing up towards the end of November. Can you tell me a little bit about what the Fraternal Order of Police is doing in regards to No Shave November, Hair for the Holidays?
The Hair for the Holidays is a program that we just started this year. Typically, our officers aren't allowed to grow any facial hair aside from a mustache, but this year the chief agreed to promote our program where we're permitted to grow a beard in exchange for $100 for the month of November, and that money goes to the Cops and Kids program.
So how many officers are participating so far in Hair for the Holidays?
We have 46 officers involved, which is a pretty good number, and it's a very visible way that we can show support for our community, because every time a community member sees an officer with a beard, they know that's an officer that's provided for a family during the holiday seasons.
So 46 officers so far. That means you have $4,600 raised just by officer donations alone. Is there any particular goal you're looking to reach this year?
The need for the program really varies from year to year. We typically, at a minimum, help out 50 families in the community. Sometimes that's higher, sometimes it's lower, so we try to maintain that $5,000 a year income to help support the program.
Okay. And what about need in the community if we think we know someone who might benefit from the program or want to donate to the program? Who can you contact?
They'd simply contact me. Again, my name's Detective Brian Johnson at the Riley County Police Department.
All right, thank you so much,
Thank
Detective
you.
Johnson. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Michaela. If you'd like to learn more information on how to donate, you can contact, again, Brian Johnson at 785-537-2112.
Up next, we'll find out how you can get involved in one of Manhattan's annual holiday charities.
And later, we'll find out when to expect those holiday temperatures to roll in. Keep it here on Channel 8 News.
It was a routine grain elevator inspection until the explosions began. Until a blast tossed him more than 300 feet. Then it became the event that changed Kevin Saunders forever. The body of this K-State alum was broken, but his spirit, well, that spirit not only survived, it thrived. Against all odds, Saunders transformed himself into the world's greatest wheelchair athlete, one of America's premier motivational speakers, and the first Paralympian appointed to the President's Council on Physical Fitness, Sport, and Nutrition. Where there's a wildcat, there's a way. Wired magazine calls him the explainer. His students call him amazing. Over 20 million YouTube views show that associate anthropology professor Michael Wesch is transforming higher education. Translated to more than 20 languages and counting, Professor Wesch's teachings still share one common voice: passion. And whether you're learning live or online, that passion is contagious. And that passion is one of the leading reasons Kansas State University is first among U.S. public research universities in producing U.S. Case Carnegie Professors of the Year. Where there's a wildcat, there's a way.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. K-State Launch is KSU's own version of Shark Tank. The competition held their finals last week. The 16 teams still standing pitched their ideas to business leaders in Manhattan. Channel 8's Nicholas Patterson swam into the shark-infested waters for the story.
From skateboards to sorority apparel to insect-based cookies, the finals of K-State launch offered plenty of different products and services pitched by student entrepreneurs. The Sweet 16 experienced plenty of anxiety before the final 6 were chosen to present in front of the crowd and 6 judges.
The students were amped up, ready to pitch their ideas, and the judges had lots of great questions and feedback for the students, and so it was a really great opportunity. I think it went really well today.
And Viral Starch, a business providing cost-effective alternatives to plastic products, and Bungie, labeled the Uber of pickup trucks, won the biggest prizes of the night. $5,000 awards, which they can use to help build the businesses.
Into this whole thing with confidence. We never want to counter ducks or counter eggs before they hatch, but we did have the mindset of we're going to be presenting twice, because if we thought anything otherwise and then we were presenting twice, it would kind of screw us up.
Started in 2009, the launch program, hosted by the College of Business Administration, provides K-State students the chance to learn how to develop their own business ventures.
No matter what, there's a lot of money that goes into it, and that there's a lot of little things that you don't see when you necessarily go and shop at a store or use someone's product. You don't know how much effort and time is actually put into that.
Nicholas Patterson, reporting for Channel 8 News.
Seeing these pitches makes me want to launch my own business, Avery.
Very punny, Caitlin. I've always wanted to pitch my idea of a clothing line for fishes. Maybe something like sailor hats for goldfish. Do you think it could work?
Sure, Avery. That definitely sounds like a fantastic idea.
Hey, thanks, Caitlin. Well, I don't know if my future in fish apparel will work out, but I'm definitely looking forward to the holiday season. With the holidays right around the corner, Manhattan is getting in the spirit with the annual Festival of Trees.
Channel 8's Gretchen Kanan and Vanessa Vlasic give us a sneak peek.
To kick off the holiday spirit, the 12th Annual Festival of Trees returns in Manhattan, where events are happening all week at the Houston Street Ballroom. This festival helps the Volunteer Center fundraise for its programs. It also provides several resources for members of the community, from youth to veterans and families.
The main thing this is for is to support the Flint Hills Volunteer Center. So all the monies raised for this support nearly 600 volunteers that we have in our program.
Events began last night with Ladies' Night Out. More than 250 women shopped, sipped, and snacked as they walked among the 30 vendors present, and there is much more in store for the rest of the week.
We're open to the public on Tuesday and Thursday. Wednesday will be our senior tea in the afternoon, and the evening will be the Polar Express Kids Adventure. That will be a fun night, complete with our conductor and our hot chocolate dancers.
Local businesses and members of the community decorate Christmas trees, wreaths, and displays that will be on exhibit all week. These items will be auctioned off at the gala on November 20th. Proceeds from the events directly support the volunteers of the center.
I think this is a way for the community to give back to the program and support them. Plus, it's just a really fun atmosphere. Lots of great vendors and beautiful holiday things to see. So just lots of fun.
Tickets for admission to the events are available at Hy-Vee, the Manhattan Town Center Mall, and the Manhattan Chamber of Commerce.
To vote for your favorite tree or mantle, stop by the Houston Street Ballroom during the week or visit the Flint Hills Discovery Center Facebook page.
Speaking of trees, there are only a few leaves left outside. Does this mean we're going to have to start preparing for these cooler holiday temperatures?
Ashlyn is here in the studio to update us on how the weather may be changing this week. Ashlyn?
You will have to start pulling out those winter coats. That warmer weather that we had earlier is out the window. The colder weather is right here today. And we're going to go ahead and look at our national feels like temps in Pittsburgh. We've got 53 degrees, 74 in Atlanta, 80 down in Houston, 60, it feels a little bit about 60, maybe even a little lower like that in Kansas City, 30 in Albuquerque, and 50 in San Francisco. 50 also in Seattle. And the reason that we've kind of seen a drop in temperatures, if we go ahead and look at our national map, we've got a low temperature that is coming through. We're pushing that warmer temperature on out. And over in the west, we've got this low temperature. We're going to start seeing some snow in the west side of Kansas, also with that warmer pressure that's being pushed out, we're going to see some severe storms and some tornado watches down in the south and the Texas area. If we go ahead and look at our Kansas map to see some temps that we have outside currently, we will go ahead and take a look. Right now it's 57 outside here in Manhattan, 57 in the east, 59 down in the south, 54 in the middle part of the plains, and then 32 in the west. That's because we're going to see some snow coming in from Colorado. If we go ahead and take a look at our temps for the rest of this week, we do have some colder weather moving in, and still we're going to see some more rain like we did today. 55 on Wednesday, 54 on Thursday. Friday, again, rain. Saturday, colder weather. And then Sunday, we're going to see a little bit of some warmer temperatures, which is nice. So we will have a sunny weekend this weekend. So go ahead and make some plans, get outside. This may be the last time that you'll be outside and enjoy a little bit of sunny weather. All right, we're going to head back to the desk.
Coming up, Vanessa Vlasic will join us to get the score on what's going on in the sports world for Manhattan and Riley County.
Stay with us.
A Wildcat legacy from generation to generation.
Where my grandfather went to school.
Where my mother went to school.
It's a legacy scholarship program started by the K-State Alumni Association, specifically for the children and grandchildren of K-State alumni. When you buy a K-State license plate, you fund legacy scholarships.
Show your purple pride and be a part of the Wildcat legacy.
Kansas State University's PowerCat Financial Counseling presents SALT, a game-changing financial tool. It's simple, useful, and best of all, free for K-State students and alumni. SALT provides personal money coaches, help with student loans, and a wide range of career opportunities. Go online to kstate.edu/SALT and see what SALT is all about. Get money smart today.
K-State Student Radio brings every game to K-State fans on the Wildcat 91.9.
Klein's going to take a pitch out to the right. Hubert dices his way up and into the end zone for the Wildcat touchdown. Takes the snap. He's going to roll out. He's going to throw deep over the middle of the field for Tyler Lockett. Catches it. 15-10, 5, touchdown, Kansas State.
For all of your K-State sports coverage, tune into the Wildcat 91.9.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. K-State sports teams have been very active lately.
Good thing is, Vanessa Vlasic is here to update us on action for K-State teams. Vanessa?
Thanks, Avery. The K-State football team hasn't lost 6 straight games in a single season since 1989. For you TV buffs out there, that was the same year that Seinfeld premiered on NBC. The Wildcats had a chance to prevent that from happening this past Saturday when they traveled to Lubbock, Texas to take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. The first quarter, Raiders score on their first possession, but Morgan Burns does what he does best. Great blocking from the special teams on this play allows Burns a 7-yard return into the end zone to tie the game. He isn't even touched on his way down. Fast forward to the third quarter, Wildcats are down 2 scores until quarterback Joe Huebner finds the end zone on this run play. Wildcats trail by just a touchdown. From the second straight week, KSU is down by more than 20 points in the fourth quarter. These Cats aren't giving up. Touchdown pass to Dominic Keith, but the Wildcats are still down. Later in the quarter, Cats' last chance this onside kick, but it's recovered by the Red Raiders. Kansas State falls short, 59-44. These Cats haven't won a game since September 19th. That is almost 2 months ago. The Wildcats host Iowa State this Saturday at 11 a.m. on Fox Sports 1. This past Friday, the KSU cross-country teams traveled to Lawrence for a regional meet where the women's team finished in 16th. Morgan Wedekind was the top Wildcat finisher, taking 23rd place. On the men's side, the Wildcats finished in 21st overall with Colton Donahue as the best K-State finisher in 55th place. The meet finished off the season for both men and women's cross-country teams. The men's basketball team took the court Friday night for their first regular season game of the year, hosting Maryland Eastern Shore inside Bramlage Coliseum. Junior Wesley Iwundu shows his best dance moves as he gets ready for the game. Iwundu then finds freshman Dean Wade for this nice alley-oop. Wildcats show they're ready for a fight. How about this for a return? DJ Johnson makes his first appearance since March of 2014. With this layup and a foul, Wildcats take the lead early. 10 seconds left in the half, and Justin Edwards hits a three to end the half. From there, the Wildcats cruise to take the win 80-53. On Monday night, the men's basketball team defeated Columbia University 81-71. They'll take the court this Friday night hosting South Dakota. That's your Channel 8 Sportscats. Now back to Caitlin and Avery at the desk.
Thanks for that update, Vanessa.
We'll be right back here on Channel 8 News.
A Wildcat legacy from generation to generation.
Where my grandfather went to school.
Where my mother went to school.
It's a legacy scholarship program started by the K-State Alumni Association, specifically for the children and grandchildren of K-State alumni. When you buy a K-State license plate, you fund legacy scholarships.
Show your purple pride and be a part of the Wildcat legacy.
Kansas State University's PowerCat Financial Counseling presents SALT, a game-changing financial tool. It's simple, useful, and best of all, free for K-State students and alumni. SALT provides personal money coaches, help with student loans, and a wide range of career opportunities. Go online to kstate.edu/SALT and see what SALT is all about. Get money smart today.
K-State Student Radio brings every game to K-State fans on the Wildcat 91.9.
Klein's going to take a pitch out to the right. Hubert dices his way up and into the end zone for the Wildcat touchdown. Takes the snap. He's going to roll out. He's going to throw deep over the middle of the field for Tyler Lockett. Catches it. 15-10, 5, touchdown, Kansas State.
For all of your K-State sports coverage, tune into the Wildcat 91.9.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. The Kansas State College of Education was named among the top teaching schools in 2015, according to a recent article appearing in Newsweek magazine. The article states one reason for this award is the College of Education's program centering around a diverse and innovative curriculum. This recognition is one of 12 national awards the college has received in the last 3 years. Tune into Channel 8's next show when reporter Shelby Markham will take a more in-depth look at the College of Education.
Now we're going to take one more look at the weather outside with Ashlyn Turner. Ashlyn?
Sorry about the technical difficulties. Thanks for watching Channel 8 News. Due to the holiday break, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Be sure to tune in next time for the latest news around Manhattan and Riley County. Have a safe and festive Thanksgiving.